Dr. Ludwig discovered that this was indeed the case. He writes in his book, Informative Medicine, that a study conducted by E. Jacobi at the University of Dusseldorf showed that the one-sided usage of Yin-Yang wave simulation without the geomagnetic yin signal created major health concerns. The absence of Schumann waves, on the other hand, creates a comparable situation. Professor R. Weaver of the Max Planck Institute for Behavioral Physiology in Erlangen-Andechs constructed an underground bunker that blocked off magnetic forces. In this hermetically sealed enclosure, student volunteers lived for 4 weeks. Professor Weaver observed that the students' circadian rhythms deviated, causing emotional anguish and migraine headaches. Because they were young and robust, no significant health problems appeared, which would not have occurred in older adults or people with weakened immune systems. The volunteers' health returned to normal after only a brief exposure to 7.8 Hz, the frequency that had been screened out. The same complaints were made by the first astronauts and cosmonauts, who were no longer exposed to the Schumann waves in space. Modern spacecraft are claimed to have a technology that simulates Schumann's waves. All of the points mentioned above indicate that the old teachings are correct. Mankind relies on 2 delicate environmental signals, yin from below and yang from above. According to some studies, the frequency of the basic Schumann's resonance has recently increased in value, potentially endangering the entire ecosystem, human welfare, and our evolutionary future. Electromagnetic field interactions govern all biological activities. EM fields serve as a link between the worlds of form and resonant patterns. They save gestalts or information patterns. Our human DNA helix co-evolves in the Earth's environment and links solar system resonances and brain frequencies. Louis B. Hainsworth, M.A., an electrical engineer, was among the first to propose that human health is linked to geophysical parameters via the naturally occurring Schumann's ELF. His theory found naturally occurring features that influence the frequency spectrum of human brainwave rhythms. The frequencies of naturally existing electromagnetic signals flowing in the electrically resonant cavity bordered by the Earth and the ionosphere have guided or determined the evolution or development of the operating frequencies of the major human brainwave signals. For instance, the alpha rhythm is set so that it can never be heavily interfered with by naturally occurring signals. According to Hainsworth, the frequencies of human brainwaves evolved in response to these messages. If his idea is right, the groundwork for evolutionary changes in human brainwave patterns has now been laid. Furthermore, alterations in these patterns might result in minor to severe health and behavioral changes. A tuned system comprises at least 2 oscillators with the same resonance frequency. If one oscillator begins to emit, the signal will quickly activate the other in a process known as resonance, or kindling or igniting the resonance phenomena among neurons. It becomes clear that when waves of alpha and theta rhythms cascade across the entire brain in profound meditation, a resonance between the person and the planet is possible. Energy and information encoded in a field are transmitted. Perhaps the Earth speaks to us in this primitive language of frequencies. As humans, we have incredible abilities that we've only begun to investigate, let alone comprehend. Unpredictable or emergent creative gifts, intuitions, and talents may become stabilized in future generations. Hopefully, we'll be able to understand both our origin from a fundamentally electromagnetic environment and our capacity for healing, growth, and non-local communication. Although measurements could easily establish Schumann's resonance at the time of its discovery, it's no longer visible due to our environment being filled with man-made radiation noise at various frequencies. This is completely drowning out natural signals that have been around for eons of development. These signals could operate as a natural tuning fork, not just for the biological oscillators of the brain, but for all life processes.